Hey guys, it's Carly. Today I'm excited to share a pop-up gift card holder inside a card, and you don't need any special tools really, you just need some cute stuff from Pretty Pink Posh. So let me show you what I made. Okay, so let's start by making the pop-up mechanism. This is so simple and easy to make. You don't need any special tools. You need a folded card. I've got a heavyweight white card here. I'm just burnishing that fold with my bone folder, not totally necessary. And I'm grabbing a ruler to mark off some measurements, also not totally necessary. You don't have to measure if you don't want to. You could just wing it. But I'm going out from the center, and I want my little pop-up to be kind of wide in the middle, but not super deep. So I'm doing about 1 inch right in the middle of my card, and then I'm using my paper trimmer to cut about 1/2 inch up from the fold. So after I've cut that 1/2 inch up, in the two spots that gives me about 1 inch there in the middle, I'm going to fold that inch down to make like a little flap, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. Then I'm going to fold it the other way and burnish, and then I'm going to open up my card and pull that little section in, and that is going to be my little pop-up area, if that makes sense. Once you do it once, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. You can change the size and the shape of that little pop-up to make it be whatever you need it to be. For this, I need it to fit the winter mug from Pretty Pink Posh. So that's why it is a little bit wide, but it's also kind of shallow, like it doesn't go into my card too far. And I'll show you why later. And if I just wanted a little pop-up when I open my card just to have a cute mug there, I'd only need one, but I'm gonna make a little pocket out of the mugs. So I've die cut 2. I ink blended one all the way, and then one that's going to be the inside of the pocket, not so much. And then the one that's going to be the inside of the pocket, that's where I'm adhering the cute little coffee or tea layer, or whatever you want to call it. And that's not going to show very much, but I want it there just in case someone wants to keep this card after they take the gift card out. Sorry if you heard my puppy in the background too. She just needed loves, but she's good now. So let's adhere these together. So I've got a little bit of strong double-sided tape on the bottom of that back mug. It's just on the bottom because I want to make a pocket. I don't want to adhere them all the way together. And then I'm using glue on the handle because honestly that was just easier than cutting little pieces of tape. And then right before I put them together, I remembered I needed to cut off some of the front mug to make the pocket. And then after I've got that done, I'm going to put the two mugs together to make the little pocket. Now you can see when I put my Starbucks card, it's not quite big enough to put the whole Starbucks card in, but it works. It fits in there. But you could also do something smaller. You could gift like some specialty tea bags, some money, who knows, a little love note, anything you want. It's a fun way to send something special. Okay, so now I've got my card with the pop-up mechanism. I've got my gift card holder. Now I just need some leaves to decorate. And I will always and forever die cut leaves from white cardstock just so I can ink blend them, because I think there is nothing more relaxing than ink blending leaves. So fun. And by the way, the leaves that are on the far right, that is from the original winter mug set. And then the other 2 styles of leaves, those are from the fall mug editions. I also am going to do some of the acorns from the fall mug editions just because acorns are adorable. I've hardly ever seen an acorn in real life, but I really like putting them on my fall cards. Okay, now we'll skip ahead a little because how much ink blending can you watch? It's really fun to do. It might not be as relaxing to watch. So after I've got all my leaves ink blended, I am going to start adding them to my card. And actually, before I glue any leaves down, let's glue the gift card holder in. So I've got some strong double-sided tape on the front of that little pop-up mechanism, and I'm just going to adhere my mug carefully so that it will close and still be inside my card. So that is the reason why I cut that mechanism a little bit shallow. That's why it's only 1/2 inch into my card, if that makes sense. It's 1/2 inch into the fold. Because if any further, and when you folded it shut, the gift card would hang out. So that's the reason for the size of that pop-up mechanism. And that's the great thing about this style of interactive card is you can cut that pop-up any size you want to fit any kind of thing that you want to pop up in there. So I'm going to add in those leaves and kind of adhere them around like they're kind of falling in around my mug, some on the top, some on the bottom part. And then I'm going to add a sentiment from the Sentiment Strips Fall Stamp Set. And I'll show you my trick for always getting my sentiment in the right spot. So I load up my stamp in the Misty, and then I grab a piece of acetate to put on top of my project. Then I can ink up the stamp and stamp it onto the acetate as a test. That gives me a chance to fix it if it's crooked or if it's in the wrong place. And then once I'm happy, I can clean off that acetate, save it for the next test, and then ink up my stamp and stamp again onto my project. I love this trick. It has saved me from ruining so many cards, which is why I obnoxiously show it in every video I make, just in case you're the one person I haven't told about it and you've been ruining your projects with crooked sentiments too. Okay, now the inside is pretty much ready. I think I might add a few more leaves, but I also need to do something on the outside because we have that notch cut on the front and we need to cover that up. So I found a piece of light blue cardstock in my stash and I'm just using it with some Distress Oxide ink and the Deco Leaf stencil. So when I'm done with the stencil, I'm going to remove it but leave my cardstock there and then go over it again with my blending brush and add a little bit more ink on the edges, especially to kind of just give it some dimension, but also just kind of soften the stenciling. So even though it's supposed to be Deco Leaves, like it also feels a little bit like a fuzzy sweater, I think, when you soften the ink. So I'm going for kind of a fuzzy sweater vibe. So to finish, I added a little sentiment from the Autumn Pumpkin stamp set and some leaves onto this stenciled panel, and then I adhered the whole thing to the folded card with the pop-up mechanism. Here you can see it in action. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I love when you open it, the little mug is right there with the little gift card, and I'm hoping that it really makes the day of the person that I'm sending it to and that sends them off to Starbucks for something fun. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you were inspired to craft and maybe even make a pop-up gift card holder. And I hope I see you again here soon. Thanks again and happy crafting!